Hi everyone, we're going to simplify each expression with complex numbers. Now the reason we need to simplify this is because, for example, the first one is really 4 times square root of -1. Now we cannot have a radical in the denominator. You could, but when you get into higher mathematics and more complex expressions and equations, it's a lot easier to simplify if there isn't a radical in the denominator. So we're just practicing rationalizing the denominator. And the way we're going to do this one is multiply it by its conjugate. Since we have a plus bi, we're going to multiply it by a minus bi, which is 6 minus 4i. If you multiply the denominator that way, you also have to multiply the numerator with the same 6 minus 4i. All right, and then we're just going to use this formula here. So in our case, our a is 6 and our b is 4. So when you multiply this, we're going to do a squared plus b squared, 6 squared plus 4 squared. That makes it easy. Numerator's not so bad either. Just distribute that 3 and you get 18 minus 12i. So finally we get 18 minus 12i, and the denominator is 36 plus 16. So we're going to get 18 minus 12i, and that's going to be 52. All right, let's see what we can do to simplify this. Let's take 18 divided by 52 minus 12i divided by 52. Or basically, let's just factor out something in the numerator. I think that would be easier because we want it to look nice. So let's factor out a 3. So if I factor out, or a 6, if we factor out a 6, we're going to get 3 minus 2i. And this is divided by 52. And then 6 divided by 52. Let's see what we can do with that. Basically, for this, we can write this as 3 divided by 26 times 3 minus 2i. All right, or you can just leave it like this. This would be simplifying it even further. Okay, let's do the same thing for the next one. Okay, so the next one, we're going to take 2 divided by 7 minus 8i, multiply the denominator by the conjugate, and therefore you also have to multiply the numerator by the conjugate because this is equal to 1. We don't want a radical in the denominator or an I. So the numerator is going to be 14 plus 16i, and then our a is 7 and our b is 8. So we're just using that formula. So that's just going to give us 7 squared plus 8 squared. So we get 14 plus 16i, and then we have 49 plus 64. That gives us 113. So that's good to go for that. Some books will write it like this. And then you're going to have 14 plus 16i. You could also factor out a 2 for this, and that would give us 2 divided by 113. And then you'd have 7 plus 8i. Just doing all the options here. This is fine. This one's fine. And this one's fine. This is the most simplified. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.